number of particles present in the solution and not on the nature of the solute are called colligative properties. Giving the relative lowering of vapor pressure of a solution containing non-volatile solute is a mole fraction of that solute. This is called Raoult's law of relative lowering of vapor pressure. Independent of identity means it is irrespective of its nature of solute and it is completely dependent on the number of particles of solute. Hello everyone, this is Harshita Bhavasar from Vidyashram PU College, Temple of Excellence. Today I am going to start session 4 from the chapter Solutions. In the previous session, we have discussed about equilibrium vapor pressure of a liquid, in that Raoult's law, and we have seen Raoult's law and Henry's law as a special case, ideal and non-ideal solutions. In that non-ideal solutions also we have seen non-ideal solution with positive deviation and with negative deviation, and also azeotropes, those azeotropes with maximum boiling point and minimum boiling point. These are the contents which we have seen in the previous session. In today's session, we will discuss about colligative properties and determination of molecular masses. First, we will see what is colligative properties. The properties of dilute solutions of non-volatile solutes which depend only on the number of particles of the solute irrespective of its nature of the solute. Means the property of dilute solution of non-volatile solute. Here, non-evaporating solute will be added for the dilute solution, and here the property will depend on the number of particles of solute but not on the nature of the solute. That property will call it as colligative properties. See here, the number of particles present in the solution and not on the nature of the solute are called colligative properties. Thus, colligative properties depend on the number of solute particles present regardless whether they are atoms, ions or molecules. Whatever it may be ions, it may be atoms or it may be molecules. But it will depend on number of particles of solute in the solution rather than the nature of the solute particles. So, the important colligative properties are relative lowering of vapor pressure of the solvent, elevation of boiling point of the solvent, depression of freezing point of the solvent and osmotic pressure of the solution. These are the 4 important colligative properties of the solution which will be seen individually and we will discuss one by one now. First, relative lowering of vapor pressure. When a non-volatile solute is added to a volatile solvent, means which is when we have added non-volatile solute to a volatile solvent. As I have told many times, volatile means evaporating. Here non-evaporating solute is added to the evaporating solvent. The vapor pressure decreases. The vapor pressure of the solution will decreases. So, the vapor pressure of the solution is always lower than the vapor pressure of the pure solvent. The difference in the vapor pressures of pure solvent PA0 and solution is called lowering of vapor pressure. The difference between the vapor pressure of pure solvent and the vapor pressure of solution. Okay, the difference between these two criteria we will call it as lowering of vapor pressure. This is the difference of vapor pressure. Here PA0 is pure solvent, vapor pressure of pure solvent. PA is the vapor pressure of solution. Relative lowering in vapor pressure is the ratio of lowering in vapor pressure to vapor pressure of pure solvent. So, the overall expression is PA0 minus PA divided by PA. Okay. According to Raoult's law, this is Raoult's law expression. You know that PA equal to PA0 into XA. XA is nothing but mole fraction of component A. PA0 is the pure solvent, vapor pressure of pure solvent. PA is the vapor pressure of component A. So, if you derive PA equal to PA0 into XA equal to 1 minus XB, PA equal to PA0 minus this one PA0 into 1, PA0 into XB. Okay, PA0 XB equal to PA0 minus PA will become PA0 minus PA divided by PA equal to XB. Thus, so the relative lowering of vapor pressure of a solution containing non-volatile solute is a mole fraction of solute. Here this is a mole fraction which will be giving the relative lowering of vapor pressure of a solution containing non-volatile solute is a mole fraction of that solute. This is called Raoult's law of relative lowering of vapor pressure. The relative lowering of vapor pressure of a solution containing non-volatile solute is relative lowering of vapor pressure depends only on the number of solute particles and it is independent of the identity. Independent of identity means it is irrespective of its nature of solute and it is completely dependent on the number of particles of solute. Hence, relative lowering of vapor pressure is a colligative property. Mathematically, Raoult's law of relative lowering of vapor pressure is Pa0 minus Pa by Pa. This is ratio of relative lowering pressure and equal to Xb, which we have seen in the previous slide, and Xb is given will be equivalent to Nb by Na plus Nb. This is the mole fraction expression, the ratio of one component to the total component of the solution. So, we have given Pa0 minus Pa by Pa equal to Nb by Na plus Nb. Next, calculation of molar mass of a solute using relative lowering of vapor pressure. We have told that along with colligative property, we will discuss about determination of molar mass by the method relative lowering of vapor pressure. The mole fraction of solute Xb is given by Xb equal to Nb by Na plus Nb. This is the expression of mole fraction of component B. From the Raoult's law, Pa0 minus Pa by Pa equal to Nb by Na plus Nb. This is the mathematical expression of with respect to Raoult's law. For dilute solutions, Nb is little bit very small comparative to Na. So, Nb will be neglected. Hence, Pa0 minus Pa divided by Pa equal to Nb by Na. The left hand side will remain as such. Nb is again further explained by mass by molar mass Wb by Mb and Na will be mass by molar mass, that is Wa by Ma. Here Mb we doesn't know, so we will take into left hand side Wb into Ma into Pa0 divided by Wa into Pa0 minus Pa. This cross multiplication will happen. Here Wa and Wb are the masses and Ma and Mb are the molar masses of the solvent and solute respectively. This is for solvent and this is for solute. Thus, by determining the value of relative lowering of vapor pressure of a dilute solution, to know concentration experimentally, the molar masses of the solute can be calculated. The molar masses of solute can be calculated by using this expression. We will see one problem. The vapor pressure of water is 12.3 kilopascal at 300 Kelvin. Calculate vapor pressure of 1 molar solution of non-volatile solute in it. According to the Raoult's law, Pa0 minus Pa divided by Pa equal to Xb. Here Pa is vapor pressure of solution and Pa0 is vapor pressure of solvent. Pa0 minus Pa divided by Pa0 equal to Nb by Na plus Nb or Nb plus Na. A is water, B is solute. 1 molar means 1 mole of non-volatile solute present in 1000 gram of water. 1 molar means 1 mole of non-volatile solute present in 1000 gram. Molar mass of water is 18 gram per mole. Number of moles in water, that is 1000 gram in water is 1000 by 18, 55.56 moles. Number of moles of solute, that is 1 mole, 12.3 minus Pa divided by 12.3 equal to 1 plus 55.56. So, 12.3 minus Pa equal to 0.0177 into 12.3. Here 12.3 have taken into right hand side and Pa equal to 12.3 minus 0.2177 equal to 12.0 kilopascal. Okay. Here Pa how we have calculated. Next, elevation of boiling point. Boiling point is the degree or of a liquid is the temperature at which its vapor pressure become equal to the external pressure. Whatever the vapor pressure present in the liquid will be equivalent to the external pressure. So, it will be given as boiling point of a liquid. The vapor pressure of a solution of a non-volatile solute is less than that of pure solvent. The vapor pressure of a non-volatile solute is always lesser than the pure solvent. Therefore, higher temperature is required to make the vapor pressure of the solution and equal to the external pressure. Here more temperature is needed to equal the external pressure as well as vapor pressure of a non-volatile solute. Hence the boiling point of solution is more than that of pure solvent. So what will happen? The boiling point of solution will become more. The difference in boiling points of pure solvent and the solution is called elevation in boiling point. The overall difference between external or boiling point of pure solvent and boiling point of non-volatile solute, we'll call it as elevation of boiling point. Here let Tb naught be the boiling point of pure solvent and Tb be the boiling point of solution. The increase in the boiling point will be delta Tb equal to Tb minus Tb naught, where delta Tb is known as elevation in boiling. Experiments have shown that for dilute solutions, the elevation of boiling point is directly proportional to the molar concentration of solution. Means in the dilute solution, the molar concentration is directly proportional to the elevation of boiling point. How much concentration will be there? That much boiling point will be required. Thus, delta Tb equal to Kb into m, where m is molarity, Kb is molar elevation constant or ebullioscopic constant. Okay, here m is molarity and here Kb is molar elevation of constant or ebullioscopic constant. When molality of solution m equal to 1, then delta Tb equal to Kb. SI units of constant, Kb is Kb, that is kg per mole or kilomolar per mole, and is specific for a given solvent. See here, solvent of boiling point of solvent and boiling point of solution. Here Tb naught and delta Tb naught, the difference between Tb and delta Tb naught, here temperature has been given and vapor pressure. The graph is vapor pressure versus temperature. Next, calculation of molar mass of a solute using elevation in boiling point. Let Wb be the mass of the solute and molecular mass Mb dissolved in Wa gram of the solvent. Then molality M of the solution is given by the equation M equal to Wb into 1000 divided by Mb into Wa. This is the molality expression we have used again here. Substituting the value of M in equation, delta Tb, because delta Tb equal to M, and Kb into Wb into 1000 divided by Mb into Wa. Molar mass of a solute is calculated using the equation Mb equal to Kb into Wb into 1000. This one has been cross multiplied. Wa and Wb, mass of solute and solvent respectively. Thus, in order to determine Mb, molar mass of the solute, known mass of solute in a known mass of the solvent is taken, and delta Tb is determined experimentally for a known solvent whose Kb value is known. Next, we'll see one problem. The boiling point of benzene is 353.23 Kelvin when 1.80 gram of a non-volatile solute was dissolved in 90 gram of benzene. The boiling point is raised to 354.11 Kelvin. Calculate the molar mass of the solute. Kb for benzene is 2.53 kilo or kg per mole. Solution, we'll see elevation, that is delta Tb in the boiling point is 354.11 Kelvin minus 353.23, that is Tb, okay, equal to 0.88 kilo. Substituting these values in expression, we get, okay, M2 equal to 253 kg per mole into 1.8 grams into 1000 gram per kg divided by 0.88 kilo into 90 gram will equal to 58 gram per mole. Therefore, molar mass of the solute is M2 equal to 58 gram per mole. Next, depression in freezing point. Freezing point of a solution is the temperature at which vapor pressure of the solvent in its liquid and solid phase becomes equal. Means the freezing point means vapor pressure of liquid and solid will become equal. As we know that vapor pressure of solution containing non-volatile solute is lower than that of pure solvent, solid form gets separated out at a lower temperature. Means we know that vapor pressure of solution containing the non-volatile solute will be lower than that of pure solvent. When solid will get formed, it will separate it through the lower temperature. This decrease in freezing point of a liquid is known as depression in freezing point. Depression means getting decreased in the freezing point. So, that overall decreasing in freezing point will be termed as depression in freezing point. Okay, depression in freezing point, delta Tf equal to delta F naught minus Tf, that is of a pure solvent and solution. Experiments have shown that for dilute solutions, depression in freezing point delta Tf is directly proportional to the molar concentration of solution. Here also freezing point is directly proportional to the molar concentration of solution. So, delta Tf equal to Kf into m. Kf is depression in freezing point and or cryoscopic constant. When molality of solution m equal to 1, then delta Tf equal to Kf. SI unit of the constant Kf is kilojoule per mole or molar and specific for a given solvent. Here you can see it is being decreased and liquid solvent and it is a solution. This is delta Tf, delta F and delta F naught difference. Here also vapor pressures versus temperature graph you can observe. Next, calculation of molar masses of a solute using depression in freezing point. Let Wb be the mass of the solute of molecular mass Mb dissolved in Wa gram of the solvent, then molality M of a solution is given by the equation. Here also same molality equation it has been used. M equal to Wb into 1000 by Mb into Wa, substituting the Tf value into M. Tf delta Tf equal to Kf into Wb into 1000, Mb into Wa. Here also cross multiplication they have done. Mb equal to Kf into Wb into 1000 divided by delta Tf into Wa. Here also Wb and Wa mass of solute and solvent, Ma and Mb molecular or molar masses of solute, and delta Tf you know this one cryoscopic constant, Wa is mass. Okay. Next we'll see one problem. Addition of 0.643 gram of a compound to 50 ml of liquid, that is density having 0.879 gram per ml, lowers the freezing point from 5.51 degrees Celsius to 5.03 degrees Celsius. Calculate the molar mass of the compound. K for, that is cryoscopic constant for benzene, is 5.12 kg per mole. Mb equal to Kf into Wb into 1000 into delta Tf into Wa. So, Wa equal to 50 into 0.879 equal to 43.95. Mass equal to volume into density. So, delta Tf equal to Tf naught minus Tf, that is the expression you know that 5.51 minus 5.03 equal to 0.48 degrees Celsius. So, Mb equal to Kf 5.12 into Wb 0.643 into 1000 divided by 0.48 delta Tf into 43.95. Overall Mb equal to 156.056 gram per mole. Next, osmosis. The spontaneous movement of solvent molecules from solution of lower concentration to the solution of higher concentration through the semi-permeable membrane is called osmosis. The spontaneous movement of molecules from the lower concentration to the region of higher concentration, and that movement will occur through the semi-permeable membrane. Permeable means little bit pores will be present. It will be semi-permeable and the movement of molecules will go through that semi-permeable membrane is called osmosis. The membrane which permits the passage of solvent molecules but not that of the solute, through it is called semi-permeable membrane. In that semi-permeable membrane, only solvent particles can move but not the solute particles. These membranes can be animal or vegetable origin and occur naturally such as pig's bladder, or can be synthetic such as cellophane or parchment paper. This semi-permeable membrane can be used by animal or vegetable origin, or it can be occur naturally like pig's bladder, or we can synthesis like parchment paper and also cellophane. Next, osmosis in natural phenomenon or natural process. A raw mango placed in concentrated salt solution loses water via osmosis and shrivel into pickle. Wilted flowers revive when placed in fresh water due to osmosis. You know that a raw mango will be, when placed in salt, it will be shrivel and it will become pickle. Means the movement of particles will move from lower concentration to higher concentration. And wilted flowers revive when placed in fresh water. Wilted flowers means the unblossomed flower will get blossomed or get fresh when it has been placed in again in water. A carrot that has become limp because of water loss, when placed in water, water will move into them through osmosis, making it firm once again. The carrot also, whenever it has become completely not fresh and it has been placed in water, means it will become little bit fresh through the process called osmosis. When blood cells are placed in a solution containing more than 0.9% of sodium chloride, blood cells shrink due to the loss of water by osmosis. When blood cells kept in a 0.9% of NaCl solution, it will shrink. People taking a lot of salt or salty food experience water retention in tissue, cells and intercellular spaces because of osmosis. The result in puffiness or swelling is called edema. Water movement from soil into plant roots and subsequently into upper portion of the plant is partly due to osmosis. Water movement from soil to plant is through the osmosis process. The preservation of meat by salting and of fruits by adding sugar protects against the bacterial action through the process of osmosis. A bacterium on called meat or candied fruit loses water, shrivels and dies. These are the natural process which we will see in our daily life, and the osmosis process also you can observe by seeing these examples. Next, osmotic pressure. Osmotic pressure of a solution is defined as the pressure can be applied on the solution of higher concentration just to stop osmosis. To stop the osmosis, if you give the external pressure over the higher concentration, the osmosis will be stopped. Osmotic pressure is a colligative property because it depends on the number of moles of solute in the solution and not on the nature of solute. It is also a colligative property. How means? It will depend on the number of particles of solute, not on the nature of the solute. For dilute solutions, it has been found experimentally that osmotic pressure is proportional to the molality C of the concentration at a given temperature T. For dilute solutions, it has been found experimentally that osmotic pressure is proportional to the molarity C of the concentration of the solution at given temperature T. Pi is directly proportional to C, that is osmotic pressure. Whenever proportionality symbol is given, one constant will be introduced, that is K. K is proportionality constant and equal to RT, where R is universal gas constant and T is temperature with Kelvin, and pi equal to CRT because K is RT. If NB moles of solute is dissolved in V liters of the solution, C equal to NB by V. So, pi equal to NB by V into RT. What all the terms we have seen, they are implementing into the expression. If WB grams of the solute of molar mass MB is present in the solution, then NB equal to WB by MB. So, pi equal to WB into RT by MB into V. So, if you cross multiply here, MB equal to WB into RT, pi into V. Thus, by measuring the osmotic pressure of a solution of known concentration, molar mass of the solute can be calculated using the above equation. Next, osmotic pressure with complete one example we will see. Isotonic solutions. Two solutions having the same osmotic pressure at a given temperature are called isotonic solution. Means the external pressure and the internal pressure of the two solutions will be if they are having equal or same pressure at the given temperature is called isotonic. Iso means same. Okay. Example, RBC is isotonic with 0.9% of sodium chloride solution, which is called normal saline. It is used in the injections instead of distilled water. Then hypertonic solution. Hypertonic, hyper means more concentration. The solution whose osmotic pressure is higher, then that of the given solution is called hypertonic solution. When you can see, when RBC is placed in seawater, water passes out of the cell due to the osmosis and cell shrinks. Hypotonic means when one of the solution will be having less concentration at the given temperature called hypotonic. Example, when RBC is placed in the hypotonic solution, they swell and even burst due to the inflow of water due to osmosis. Okay, these are the three kinds of solutions and three kinds of osmotic pressure also you can see. Next problem, 200 cm cube of a aqueous solution of a protein contains 1.26 gram of the protein. The osmotic pressure of such a solution at 300 Kelvin is found to be 2.57 kilobar. Okay, solution, the various quantities known to us are as follows: pi equal to 2.57 into 10 to the power of minus 3 bar, V equal to 200 cm cube, that you have to convert it into liter, 0.200, temperature 300 Kelvin, R equal to 0.083 liter bar per mole. Substituting these values in equation we saw in previous slides, M2 equal to 1.26 gram into 0.083 into 300 Kelvin divided by 2.57 into 10 to the power of minus 3 into 0.200. So it will be equal to 61.022 gram per mole. Okay, this is M2. And next, reverse osmosis. You have seen the osmosis, the movement of molecules or movement of solvent particles will move from higher concentration to lower concentration through the semi-permeable membrane called osmosis. But what is reverse osmosis? The process of reversing the direction of osmosis by applying the pressure higher than the osmotic pressure to the solution of higher concentration is called reverse osmosis. During reverse osmosis, the pure solvent flows out of the solution through the semi-permeable membrane. Reverse osmosis is used in desalination of water. When it will be used? When the removal of salty nature from the seawater. When a pressure more than osmotic pressure is applied to the seawater, pure water is squeezed out of the seawater through the semi-permeable membrane. Whenever it has applied more pressure, the pure water will be spilled out from the seawater. A variety of membranes are used for reverse osmosis. Example, cellulose triacetate membrane, thin film composite membranes, etc. These are the two examples for using the membranes. Next, abnormal molar masses. Molecular masses of a solute can be calculated by measuring any one of the colligative property of dilute solution. These methods are applicable only if the solution is dilute, so that Raoult's law is obeyed. Means, to calculate any of the constant, whatever we have seen in the expression, so molecular masses of solute can be calculated by any of the colligative property. But when it will be applied, when solution is dilute, and then the Raoult's law will be obeyed. The solute is non-dissociable or non-associable in the solution. And in case of solutes which either dissociate or associate in the solution, molecular masses of solutes determined by these methods will be abnormal. Whenever the solute particles will be dissociable or non-associable, then these molecular masses will become abnormal. Okay. Association of solute molecules. Certain solutes in solution are found to be associate. This leads to the decrease in the number of molecular particles in the solution. Whenever the certain solutes will get associate, the number of particle or molecular particles will become less. Thus, it results in a decrease in the value of colligative property. Obviously, it will decrease in the value of colligative property. Why? Means colligative property is completely dependent on number of solute particles. Whenever the solute will get associate, the number of solute particles will get less. So, molecular mass of solute is inversely proportional to the colligative properties. Therefore, molecular masses determined will be higher than that of normal values for solutes which undergo association in solution. So, usually molecular masses which will be determined will be more than or higher than normal values of solute, because which undergoes association in solution. Example, acetic acid in benzene undergoes dimerization as indicated below. Okay. See here, one molecule is getting to dimerized. Next, dissociation of solute molecules. First we have seen association, now we are seeing dissociation. Certain solutes in solution are found to dissociate into ions. Some molecules or solute will get dissociate into ions. This leads to the increase in number of particles in solute. Here colligative property will be directly proportional to the mass of the solute. Molecular masses determined will be lower than, here also less, because inversely proportional, because molecular masses determined will be lower than the normal values for solutes which undergo dissociation into solution. Example, the molecular mass NaCl in water determined by colligative property method will be approximately reduced to the half of the actual value. Here the molecule will get, or solute will get into ions. So here the normal value will be decreased. Thus molecular mass of solute will be here also inversely proportional to the colligative property. And next, Van 't Hoff factor. In 1886, Van 't Hoff introduced a factor I called Van 't Hoff factor to express extent of association or dissociation of solutes in solution. The Van 't Hoff factor is a ratio of normal molecular mass to the observed molecular mass of the solution. Why Van 't Hoff factor will be introduced? Because some of the solute will get dissociate, some of the molecules will get associate. To identify that between the ratio, he introduced I as a Van 't Hoff factor, analyzed between normal factor and observed molecular mass, or you can termed as observed colligative property or calculated colligative property. Consequently, introduction of the Van 't Hoff factor modifies the equations for the colligative properties. Relative lowering of vapor pressure, P1 naught minus P1 by Pi naught equal to I into XB. Elevation of boiling point, delta TB equal to I KB into M. For depression of freezing point, delta TF equal to I KF into M. Osmotic pressure of solution, pi equal to I N2 into RT by V. These are the modified version of colligative properties with respect to Van 't Hoff factor. Here with values, nature of substance, non-associable or non-dissociable factors, the substances means Van 't Hoff will be 1. Disassociable means more than 1. Associable means lesser than 1. These are the values of Van 't Hoff factor to the nature of substances, and this completes the overall chapter solution. I hope you have completely understood whatever I have taught from the previous sessions. So, we will meet in the next chapter. Thank you.